I'm just a rock chick.
I would describe my music and my sound as Avril Lavigne.
It's the best damn thing.
Welcome back to another episode of the Best Damn Avril Lavigne podcast, a facts and trivia-based podcast about Canadian pop singer Avril Lavigne. I'm your host, Andrea DiFrancesco. In this edition of the Best Damn Avril Lavigne podcast, we'll learn all about Avril's clothing line, Abbey Dawn. Avril has always been known for her iconic glam punk style, which became the inspiration for her very own brand. We'll also hear a few clips from Avril herself talking about these fun creations. But before we begin, we have not one but two new facts to add to our trivia about two of Avril's hit songs. First up, nearly 3 years to the day of its release, the Head Above Water single has been certified platinum in the United States by the Recording Industry Association of America for sales and streams of 1 million units. This is the first single from the Head Above Water album to be certified platinum in the US, as well as her fifth platinum single overall. And as a bonus, the news came right on the heels of her 37th birthday. And secondly, the Scottish synth-pop group Churches has released a cover of Avril's 2002 single I'm With You as part of a new Apple Music home session. Church's lead vocalist Lauren Mayberry described it as a classic banger ballad of our times. You can hear their take on this fan favorite exclusively on Apple Music. And now let's get into today's episode with some facts and trivia about Avril's clothing line, Abbey Dawn. Abbey Dawn was officially released to Kohl's department stores in the United States in July 2008. She did a series of commercials promoting the line along with other celebrity lines by Plain White Tees, The Red Jumpsuit Apparatus, Vanessa Carlton, and Hayden Panettiere. Together, they performed a rendition of Love Revolution by Lenny Kravitz. The line was first marketed as a junior's lifestyle brand, and a kids' version of the line was also sold at Kohl's for a limited time. The line is described as a rock and roll lifestyle brand and combines elements of rock and roll with a feminine twist. Common features of the line are skulls, plaid, studs, stars, lots of bright colors, black, lightning bolts, animal prints, and nautical designs. Some of the hoodies from the early collections featured earbuds in the drawstrings with a cord for an MP3 player in the pocket so that the wearer could listen to music. In 2010, Avril worked with Disney to create an Alice in Wonderland-inspired collection to promote the Tim Burton film. The clothes were displayed along with the costumes from the film at the Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising in California from May to September of 2010. Designs from the 2010 and 2011 collections have included the Union Jack and American flags and safety pins. She also created items to promote the Goodbye Lullaby singles What the Hell and Smile, including t-shirts, tank tops, hats, and shoes. During this time, she also created the first line of items for men, which were inspired by her brother and her band. In 2011, Avril designed a special t-shirt that said Abbey Dawn Hearts Japan to aid children affected by the earthquake in Japan. 100% of the proceeds went towards Avril's foundation, the Avril Lavigne Foundation, which was then donated to Mercy Corps' Comfort for Kids program. In 2012, Avril launched a collection in collaboration with the brand Watto, simply called Avril X Watto, which was sold exclusively in China. In addition to clothing, the collection included sneakers, hats, and backpacks. In March 2012, Avril also launched a line of handbags and shoes with JustFab.com. The collections from 2015 to about 2018 took inspiration from the fashion in Japan with neon colors, ice cream cones, and cartoon skulls. The collection from 2019 was inspired by vintage automobile designs. She also released a line of t-shirts to promote her single Dumb Blonde. The fall 2020 collection went back to basics with basic black designs with a simple skull and crossbones pattern. In an interview posted on YouTube by the user Kung Wong Lovely, Avril talked about the various styles she incorporated into her designs.
The elements that I bring into the line, my keywords, there's like old school kind of like punk rock, which is like plaid and studs and spikes, like that London rock. I go for a bit of grunge. I go for a bit of like a kind of skate surf vibe, maybe more with like the hoodies. Then I go with like cute kind of pinup vibe with some of the dresses. We have like sailor themes. There's rock and roll, but also girly, so it's feminine, cute, edgy. It kind of touches on a bunch of different styles. The inspiration for the men's line definitely came from having guy fans, and then my band always like harassing me to make Abbey Dawn for them. It's rock and roll. Like we have you'll see a lot of like safety pins, some anarchy signs, and I tie in like music images like amplifiers or volume knobs and stuff like that. And it's fun because I have an older brother, and I just sent my dad some Abbey Dawn, and he was so excited.
She originally began thinking about starting a clothing line during the Under My Skin era. In an interview with the Huffington Post, she said, "After the release of my first album, I realized how much fashion was involved in my musical career." She initially started the line because she had trouble finding clothes she liked, and also because her fans have always dressed like her. In an interview with Ongoye TV for their Life on the Seams segment, she spoke about what inspired her designs.
The inspiration really comes from me and my personal style. And I was finding that it was really hard to find certain pieces that I wanted. So for a while I wanted to do a clothing line. With fashion, I like to express myself. With Abbey Dawn, I feel it's a line you can really mix and match. For me, I like to be comfortable. I really like to wear dark colors like black. I love hoods. I like to be able to hide. If I'm having a bad hair day, I like to be able to cover that up.
She has said her favorite part of making the clothes is seeing the final product and seeing her fans wear the clothes. The name of the line is inspired by Avril's childhood nickname given to her by her father after a street name in Kingston, Ontario. It was a nickname that stuck with her throughout her childhood and teen years, and she also has it tattooed on her left forearm. Many people speculated that Avril simply lent her name to the brand and wasn't involved with the process. However, in an interview with USA Today, Avril said, "I actually am the designer. What's really important to me is that everything fits well and is well made, so I try everything on and approve it all." She expanded further on her involvement with the line in an interview with a Baltimore news station.
You designed this, I know, but how many people say, okay, who designed it for you, and you just slapped your name on it?
Well, my name isn't lent to this. It's my little project. I've created Abbey Dawn. It's my company, and I am the designer. The inspiration comes from me, everything I love and things I wear, all my favorite pieces. I go through patterns, fits, fabric,
you having fun
graphics.
You having
I go
fun
through
doing
it
this?
all. It's so much fun
Wow.
to do something new. There's a lot going on because every 8 weeks Kohl's puts out brand new pieces. So we're designing nonstop, and when I'm out on the road on tour, I'm getting packages, phone calls every day, and it's a lot of fun. And I'm excited to, when I get home from tour, to be home in LA and to be going into the office quite frequently and doing my thing. So yes, I'm very involved.
When the line was sold at Kohl's stores in the US, a new collection was released every 8 weeks. Because the early collections were sold at Kohl's, this made the line very accessible and affordable for her teen and tween customer base. In an interview with YoungHollywood.com, Avril spoke on the importance of making the early collections affordable for her young audience.
And it was very important, I'm assuming, for these clothes to be affordable for your fans. Why did you decide to do that?
Well, because I think a lot of the people that are going to wear it are going to be younger, and the clothing that I wear in my life is not. I don't wear a ton of high-end stuff, although I totally do love it, got my Prada bag, and, but I dress casual, and it's important for me to put out affordable pieces. I mean, pieces are like from $24 to $48.
The line was then eventually sold in Canada at Bow House stores and in some boutiques in Europe. An Abbey Dawn boutique opened in Tokyo, Japan on August 23, 2008, and was the #1 selling boutique in the Lafayette Harajuku shopping complex. The boutique sold select items of Abbey Dawn, as well as other Avril-related merchandise such as CDs, DVDs, and her fragrances. Polaroid photos were displayed on the wall of customers wearing the items. The designs were also featured on the internet game Stardoll, where figures could be dressed up as Avril. In December 2010, Abbey Dawn was removed completely from stores, with the exception of a few pieces being sold at Hot Topic and sold exclusively online at abbeydawn.com. The site was able to ship pieces to over 50 countries worldwide and released new items monthly. A collection was scheduled to launch for spring 2013, but it was never released, despite the fact several photo shoots had been done and the items had been featured in New York Fashion Week in fall 2012. Instead, the line was put on hiatus due to being dropped from its distributors Blank Generation in the US and Jackson Distribution in Europe. In July 2015, abbeydawn.com was revamped and a small collection was made available online only. Since then, Avril has periodically released limited collections on the website, with the most recent collection released in fall 2020. When the line was revamped in 2010, the quality of the products increased as well as the prices. The line also included new categories of items such as shoes, handbags, wallets, swimsuits, and sunglasses, as well as a small men's line. Some products were labeled 100% vegan. As of the time of this recording, Abbey Dawn has been featured as part of New York Fashion Week 3 times in 2009, 2011, and 2012. Kylie Jenner was featured as a model in the shows in both 2011 and 2012 at the ages of 14 and 15, respectively. She has also worn many of the pieces on tour, including the Best Damn Tour, the Black Star Tour, and the Head Above Water Tour, and featured the clothes in some of her music videos. In the video for the Best Damn Thing, she is wearing a black t-shirt that says Abbey Dawn in white letters. In the video for Alice, she is wearing the waistcoat printed t-shirt from the Alice in Wonderland collection. In What the Hell, she's wearing a white What the Hell t-shirt. Her band are also wearing What the Hell shirts, and there's an Abbey Dawn section in the clothing store she visits. In Smile, she is wearing the Party Crasher dress and a Smile tank top. In Tell Me It's Over, her boyfriend is wearing the ugly Christmas sweater. And lastly, Abbey Dawn has been featured in more places than just the runway or Avril's music videos. Any eagle-eyed fans of the Nickelodeon series iCarly may have spotted a familiar hoodie in one of the episodes. The character of Sam Puckett, played by Jeanette McCurdy, wore the Abbey Dawn purple zebra hoodie, the perfect look for her tomboy skater girl style. And there you have it, that's the complete history of Abbey Dawn. As we learned, the line has been revamped a number of times over the last decade and continuously evolved with new trends and patterns while still remaining true to its signature rock and roll attitude. Do you own any Abbey Dawn pieces? Let me know what your favorite item is over on the official podcast Instagram page at bestdamnavrilpod, or you can email me at bestdamnavrilpod@yahoo.com. As for me personally, I own several pieces from various collections, including a studded denim jacket, a couple of hoodies, and even a couple of pieces from the Alice in Wonderland collection. My favorite item is probably the yellow and black plaid button-down shirt, since I can wear it for work and the fit is flattering. To get your hands on some of your own Abbey Dawn, you can purchase the latest collection over on the official website at abbeydawn.com. Or if you're looking for items from previous collections, your best bet would probably be something like eBay, Depop, Poshmark, or Facebook Marketplace. For now, we conclude this edition of the Best Damn Avril Lavigne podcast. Be sure to subscribe on your favorite podcast platform so you never miss an episode. If you enjoyed this episode, tune in next time for episode 14, where we'll continue exploring Avril's side projects with a focus on her fragrances. Did you know that one of these perfumes actually won an award? And if you've ever wondered exactly what ingredients were used to give these fragrances their signature scent, all will be revealed in the next episode. Join me again next time on the Best Damn Avril Lavigne podcast. The Best Damn Avril Lavigne podcast is hosted, produced, and edited by Andrea DiFrancesco. Theme music is HD and Lights by J. Powell Flicks. Follow the latest podcast news on Instagram at bestdamnavrilpod or email bestdamnavrilpod@yahoo.com.